there fellow guitarists, today we're going to be covering Malagueña Fácil by Trrega. I've seen a lot of versions of this on YouTube. I think the most famous one is by Mr. Lucirelli. It's got like 10 million views I think, and the funny thing is I didn't really know this song. I'd heard this part before, but when I learned it many years ago, my guitar teacher called it the Mexican hat dance. I didn't realize actually that it was a whole song. I thought it was just a riff or something, but actually there is a full version that Trrega wrote. A lot of the versions that I've seen on YouTube, I don't know what they are, they sort of start like this and then they just drift off into something. It's almost like this is an introductory riff and then people just do whatever they feel like afterwards. But there is actually a full written score, and I have that. And that's what I'm going to be teaching you today. This is the full authentic version from Trrega. If you want the tabs, you can download them for free. Just click on the link below. Or you can leave a comment with your email address and I'll send them out to you. That's not a problem. If you don't want to leave your email address in a public forum, send me a private message with your email address in it and I'll send them out to you that way. You can also, if you want to, for a small fee, you can download the sheet music and the PDF that I've arranged, and it's got all the fingerings for right hand and left hand barring indications. Quite a lot more advanced than the tab version, especially if you want to see how I'm doing this, because I don't explain this hand very often. It would take way too long to do that in the tutorials. Let's do this. Bar number 1. It starts off with an E major chord, first finger on the first fret of the G string, and we have a bass line. Open E on the 6th string, then 4th fret on the 6th string, and then 2nd fret on the A string. In this song I use a lot of apoyando with the thumb, which is rest stroke. It just feels right, and it does have a very strong flamenco kind of flavour to it. And in flamenco guitaring, most of the time they use apoyando with the thumb because they need to really strike through, especially if there's a lot of action going on, dances and singing. The guitar can get drowned out easily, so flamenco guitarists tend to develop a very, very strong and distinctive thumb technique. So I'm using apoyando. Okay, and in between each of those bass notes I'm doing this, which is index, middle, annular on the first 3 strings. So if we put that together, we've got this. Switch to part of an A minor chord, first finger, 1st fret B string, 3rd finger, 3rd fret on the G string, and we've got this in the bass line, which is open, 3, 2, open on the A string, then 3, 1 on the 6th string, and in between we have this. First 3 strings, index, middle, annular. To the G and the F on the 6th string, take your first finger off the 1st fret on the B string, and the last 2 notes are going to be like this. So you've got first finger comes off. Okay, so up until that point it sounds like this. Back to the A minor, but this time we're going to do an ascending bass line like this. It's open 2, 3 on the A string, and then open 2, 3 on the D string, with those A minor notes coming through. And then we're back to the first chord like this, and then we have this. To an E7 chord, open E, and then open E 1st string. Then we have, you can use any fingers, I'm using 2 and 3. 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, 3rd finger, 4th fret on the G string, and I'm doing this, which is those 2 strings together, 3 and 2, followed by an open string. So you do it twice. So we've got here, here. same principle, but it's starting on an open A, then to an open E, and then these two strings together. So it's the same shape and the same basic idea. Then we have this. That's a hammer from 2 to 3 on the A string, and then a hammer from open to 2 on the D string, and then a pull off from 5 to 3. I'm using apoyando with the thumb. You don't really have to. You could pick it. You could do that. But because this has a flamenco kind of feel to it, I'm actually going to use my thumb a lot more than I usually do. And then you do it again. Remember, when you're playing things twice in a row, it's a good idea to change it somehow. So this time, I'm going to change the tone. So the first time through is this. Same. Then we have this. It's actually basically the same thing, but I'm not doing that E, I'm doing this E here. Second fret on the D string and first fret on the G string. Coming out of this. It's open E, 7th fret on the G string and an open E first string together, then 4, 7 on the first string, so we've got this. Then we do a half bar at the 5th fret and do the same type of thing. Then we have open E, 5th fret on the G and B strings together, then 5, 8 on the first string. Here, then move to a half bar at the 7th fret, put your second finger on the 8th fret of the B string and do this. Open E, then the 3rd and 1st strings together, followed by the 2nd string. Then move that to the 5th fret and do the same thing. From here. This. I'm putting my first finger on the 6th fret of the D string, 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the G string, and I'm picking like this. Thumb on the 6th string and then open E, and then I run through from the 4th string like that. Then my second finger goes onto the 6th fret of the B string. I go back to this open E, there, open E, 2nd string, then run through. Okay, from here. Then I leave the 2nd finger on. It's going to act as a pivot finger, so don't take it off, and just move these 2 fingers around like this. First finger goes to the 5th fret on the G string, 3rd finger goes to the 7th fret on the D string. So I'll take you through that like this. 2nd finger on, leave the 2nd finger on, pivot. So it's the same picking pattern for these two. Okay, from here. Okay, then we have this. Okay, so that's open D and open B together. 3rd fret on the B string, then make an A minor chord, first finger 1st fret B string, 3rd finger 2nd fret G string, 2nd finger 2nd fret D string, play the 4th and 2nd strings together, followed by the 3rd, so we've got, then leave your 3rd finger on, other 2 fingers come off, and your 4th finger goes onto the 3rd fret of the D string, play the same strings. Here. Do it all again, then we're back to the open E. Now here we're going to do a series of hammer-ons. If you want a little idea on how to do hammer-ons a little bit better, you can check out my tutorial for left-hand ascending legatos. There, we start with an open E, then hammer 1, 2, 3, 4, then to the second fret on the A string, then we have another ascending legato run, open 2, 3, 4 on the A string, then 2, 3 on the D string. Just coming out of here. Leave your third finger on and do this. Second fret on the G string and then back to the third fret on the D string. Then you're going to have, so that's a quick, which is called a mordant actually. So we're going from open G, hammering on to the second fret on the G string and then pulling off. Back to the third fret on the D string. Then to the second fret on the D string. It sounds like this. Okay, so we're back to that. Then we have this. There. Hammer, open 2 on the D string, then third fret on the D string, open G, first fret on the B string. You could pick that however you like. Then we have another mordant, open, first fret open on the B string, then second open on the G string, to the third fret on the D string, hammer, open 2, then pull off, third fret open on the D string, then to the third fret on the A string, so that whole riff goes like this, and then play that again. So here we've got a full C chord, third fret on the A string, and then open G, first fret on the B string, and open E together twice like this. So from here, then we have an ascending run up the C major scale. There, starts on the third fret of the A string, then open 2, 3 on the D string, open G, and then fifth fret on the B string. I use my fourth finger there because I have to do this straight after. Okay, so let's hear that in its entirety. Okay, so let's run through that. We go from here, and then we've got, there's a lot of these mordants in here. That's third, 5, third, hammer pull off, first fret, open 1, 3, back to 1, then 1 again, then 3, 2, pull off on the G string, finishing with third fret on the D string. Okay, let's take it from the beginning of that whole section. Then from here, we're going to do a full bar at the first fret and outline an F major chord. I'm doing the full bar at the first fret, second finger is on the second fret of the G string, and I play the first fret on the sixth string, and then I am A on the first 3 strings twice. Then we go to a G chord. Okay, so let's cover that. Third finger on the third fret of the sixth string. open to 2 on the D string, 3rd fret on the D string, open G, 1st fret on the B string, like this. Then we have that same idea again. That riff happens a few times, but I'll explain it again. It's a hammer pull off, 0 1 0 on the B string, 2 open on the G string, 3rd fret on the D string, open 2, hammer on, 3rd pull off, all on the D string. So from here, then back to the C. Then we have a run. Okay, so let's cover that. It's in an arpeggio with a C major chord, but starting on E, so it's first inversion. It's 2nd fret on the D string, 1st fret on the B string, going through 4 3 2 1, then to the 8th fret on the B string, and then we have a little pull off from 8 to 6, then to the 5th fret, and that's another little pull off from 5 to 3 on the B string, followed by 5 on the G string. Then we have open, 1st fret, 3rd fret, 1st fret, open, all on the B string, and then 2 open on the G string. Then we have a G7 chord, 3rd fret on the 6th string, and 1st fret on the 1st string. So it's got the bass and then the first 3 strings together. And then we do the same line again. That's actually the same as bars 34 to 37. I really encourage you to download the tabs. They don't cost you anything, and it will really help you to follow along with these tutorials, because sometimes you might miss what I'm saying or you might hear it a little bit differently, but the tabs, they're always accurate and they match what I do pretty much exactly. It's a good idea to download those tabs. Bar 46 is a few hammer-ons. Here I'm using my thumb. This is real flamenco style. I'm doing apoyando. You don't have to do it like that. You could pick it, or you could. It's really up to you. But because, as I mentioned at the beginning of the tutorial, I feel this has got a real flamenco kind of edge, or you could use it as a study to help you. A lot of classical guitarists, the thumb is a little bit neglected. Like, you know, it works and it's pretty strong, but maybe you don't have a very good apoyando technique, or you want to develop some more power in the thumb, more control, then this can be a really good opportunity to use it. I'm doing that. That's 3 to 5 hammer on the A string, then 2 3 on the D string, and then open 3 on the G string, then 2 5 on the G string, so then another mordant, 3 5, and then back to 3, and then open G, 3rd fret on the D string. That riff sounds like this. And make sure when you get there, you use your 3rd finger. The temptation would probably be to use your 2nd finger, but use your 3rd finger and then you're easily set up to do the F chord which follows. You've seen that before. That happens in bar 33. In bar 49 we have this, so we've just come from here. So there we have 3rd fret on the D string, 2nd fret on the G string, and then open, hammer to the 2nd fret, pull off on the G string, 3rd fret, 2nd fret on the D string. So if I take that whole section, it sounds like this. After we've done this, we're up to bar 50, back to this. open E, first finger on the first fret of the G string, and the first 3 strings together. Thank you very much for sticking it out. That's the first half of Malagueña Fácil, all done and dusted. Second tutorial will be coming along pretty soon, so make sure that you stay posted. If you like the video, please press like and subscribe to the channel, and that'll easily keep you up to date with everything that I'm doing. All the tabs are provided, and then you can learn to pretty much do it exactly how I do it, at least with the fingering and stuff, and then you can put all your own feelings into it. You know, a piece like this, there's a lot of liberties that you can take, I think, you know. Those sorts of things. Lots of... You know, I don't think you have to keep it strictly on beat because no one's dancing to it. You know, a lot of flamenco, it does have people dancing, and so you can't play around with the beat. But in a song like this, it's just you and your solo guitar, so you can take some liberties here and there. Something like, say in this bar. You know, you might want to pause there. Rush. That kind of thing. It's really up to you how you want to interpret the piece. Although you should kind of, you know, stick to the rhythm generally, but there are places where you can obviously play with it for dramatic effect. All the best with your guitar playing, and as you know, let your fingers fly.